the wizard and money, money and I, defying capitalism. Let's talk about the Wicked movie and money and what that might mean for the future of movie musicals. Hey friends, if you are new here, my name is Katharine Quinn. I'm a 30-something living in New York City and working on Broadway. I run a company called And That's Showbiz. We do social media marketing for Broadway shows. We are currently working on Broadway with Maybe Happy Ending and The Great Gatsby on Broadway. More new shows being added all the time, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. And today we are talking about Wicked. We are talking about all things green, the moolah, and Elfie. All right, let's get into it because some of these numbers are crazy. So you probably saw the headlines that Wicked broke box office records for the best opening weekend of a movie musical ever. This is huge. This is true. And also, Moana 2 absolutely crushed Wicked in terms of sales. And I think that's just like an interesting tidbit to have in our brains. Disney does Disney, and their IP is just unmatched. In spite of the insane marketing push of the Wicked movie, its grosses, I'll throw the numbers up here, paled in comparison to Moana 2. However, having the best grossing opening weekend of a movie musical ever is no small feat. So let's break down what some of those numbers look like. Okay, in its opening weekend, Wicked did $114 million domestic, $164 million global total so far, broke the November Monday record with $15.8 million, already is outperforming The Little Mermaid and Dreamgirls, and is on track to challenge Beauty and the Beast's $504 million. For context, this is massive for a movie musical, especially considering they had a $150 million production budget, a $350 million marketing campaign. This is so interesting. I want to make a video in the future literally breaking down percentages of marketing for a film versus marketing on Broadway, because I think it would be so wildly interesting. And just like numbers in general, operating costs, all of it, well, not operating costs, but like capitalization for a movie versus theater. And I understand they're fundamentally different, but still, the production was $150 million. The marketing was $350 million. That is crazy to think about. But it's kind of the way with everything. Like, if people don't know that your thing exists, it doesn't matter how much money you've spent on the product if that product isn't getting to the right people. Wild. Marketing's powerful. They need $300 to $350 million as of the time of recording this video to break even, but it's already hit its production budget in its opening weekend alone. So now it's just going to make up for some of that marketing, which it will do. Universal truly went all in on this marketing. This was the biggest marketing push for a film since Avengers Endgame. They had partnerships with Starbucks with special drinks and merchandise, Lego, Hilton themed hotel rooms, Target, Bloomingdale's, using 450 promotional partners. I am not a big influencer. I'm a micro nano influencer. This is all Wicked nail polish. I also have a Wicked Spirit jersey. I have Wicked lotion. I have pink and green lotion. I have a Shiz University sweatshirt. I got so much merch, and I have some followings and I love the people who are here. But like, if that much promotional material made it to me, can you even? Crazy. They reached 2 billion potential shoppers. I mean, I don't know about you, but I literally can't breathe. Still, weeks later, cannot breathe without inhaling pink and green. It's just everywhere. What are the industry implications of the Wicked movie in general? First of all, yeah, people are like, the era of Glee is back. And first of all, because it has been a minute, I'm like, it never really went away. Like, I feel like it only snowballed and got weirder and not worse, but like, what I'm trying to say is musical theater was decidedly uncool in the 80s and 90s. Musical theater took a turn in the 2010s with High School Musical and Glee. Those kids who grew up with those shows, myself included, got their BFAs and are now working in the industry and created stronger BFA programs that are harder to get into and created a whole new culture for musical theater kids. We are still feeling the effects of that. We are continuing to feel the effects of that. And Smash. It was an era. The 2010s were a moment. We are experiencing another renaissance of movie musicals for sure, but we also had all of the live iterations, all these live movie musicals that were on TV over the last decade. So it hasn't entirely gone away. I still think that we're in the middle of sort of like a bit of a renaissance. Barbie, for all intents and purposes, was a musical. Obviously, we had Mean Girls, the musical, the movie. Obviously, we had Wonka. Obviously, we've got Wicked. I didn't know Amelia Perez is a musical. Musicals are definitely having a moment. I feel that life is so absurd that, there's like the adage of like, you sing, musicals happen, and you sing because you run out of words, or you dance because normal movement doesn't cover it anymore. And I think that we honestly need need musical theater to make sense of the crazy of the world sometimes. Oftentimes, for me, the world is crazy right now. So anyway, I am diverting, but I think that Wicked is like part of a larger story in the terms of musical theater in the zeitgeist, and I think can only be a good thing. And I love that people are nerding out about it, and I love that people are learning the dances and living for it. I would love to know your thoughts on the implications here, because obviously I'm going to dismount that soapbox and I'm going to continue with my planned talking points, but I do want to know what you think. So, industry implications. Studios may be more willing to greenlight movie musicals, bigger budgets for musical adaptations, more attention to theatrical properties, confidence in star-driven musicals, potential for more two-part adaptations. I don't know about that one. I hate that. We're already seeing this with Emilia Perez getting Oscar buzz, Mean Girls musical movie, Color Purple, more Broadway adaptations in development. What does this mean for Broadway? This success could impact theater in several ways. Well, first of all, if you've taken a look at the grosses, Wicked is having some banner weeks. Anybody who says that a pro shot or live streaming is going to make anyone want to see that entity any less is drunk and wrong, respectfully. Wicked is absolutely marketing the Broadway show right now. My friend, who I love dearly, I was like, you got to come see Maybe Happy Ending. You got to see these new musicals. You got to see whatever. What musical did she see when she came up here? She said, I wanted to see Wicked on Broadway because I saw the movie and then I couldn't stop thinking about it. And it is an advertisement for the Broadway show. It's literally an advertisement. Live streaming would be an advertisement. Pro shots are an advertisement. But anyway, the proof is in the pudding, and it is only good for those brands. So maybe we'll get more movie musicals of shows currently running. Who knows? More investment in developing new musicals? Maybe. Wouldn't that be a dream? Bigger budgets for stage productions. We actually don't need any bigger budgets. They're inflated as they are. More opportunities for cross-media promotion. Sure, and growing audience awareness. I mean, that's the main thing. Musical theater is in the zeitgeist. It was already in the zeitgeist. It continues to be more in the zeitgeist. I'm curious if Wicked lends itself to like generating a certain audience response, like if audiences are seeking that kind of big spectacle and if that will impact anything. But ultimately, I think all of this is net positive. Yeah, that's it. That's the period at the end of the sentence. I think all of this is net positive, and I would love to know what you think. There are some challenges and considerations. Wicked already had a massive built-in audience. Not every musical obviously has a $350 million marketing budget, moving musical, and certainly not every Broadway musical. Star power isn't always available like Ariana Grande, and production costs remain high. So it remains challenging, but I think that this is an indicator, and I think that it is continuing to shift. Perception of musical theater, appetite for musical theater. And honestly, that marketing campaign is aspirational. There was no stone left unturned. It was unbelievable. I have done so much thinking in the last few months watching this press and marketing campaign for Wicked. Those girls have been marketing this film for a year. They continue to be on a campaign currently. They will be until the Oscars. The marketing, like collaborations, have been absolutely unreal. And that is for, theoretically, a finite piece of media, like an opening weekend, like it's in theaters for a few weeks. Whereas we spend just a absolute infinitesimal, comparatively, fraction, both on our marketing budgets, on the time that we spend on PR campaigns, and on partnerships and cross-promotion on Broadway. And Broadway's not just one weekend. It's not just a few weeks. You're trying to run that in dreams in perpetuity a lot of the time. So anyway, my brain has been really spinning, and I know it's to an extent apples and oranges, but I don't think it is as much as we've made it out to be. And I just think there are a lot of lessons to be learned from this. I would love to know what you think. As always, I'm not here to just pontificate in a vacuum. So please, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. You know I read them. You know I respond. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I invite you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok @is Katharine Quinn. Check out my other channel @andthatshowbiz while you're at it. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the comment section. Bye.